That guy had no survivor's instincts. You're familiar with the Hotline Miami games, right? What do you mean no? You're watching this video. What are you doing here? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, for those who do know, they leave us with a bunch of questions, right? Of course they do, but I'm not here to answer questions today. No. Today we're going to look at an attempt at finding answers. Hi, I'm Yaster, and among the attempts at finding answers for these games concerns the name of a man in tension who is strapped to bombs, doomed to an explosive event when Jacket forces his way into the room he's in with a shotgun. Apparently many people believe that this is the original owner of the Tiger Mask, a notion that would appear to be supported by the second game when we're introduced to one of the fans named Tony, a veteran who himself possesses the ability to kill people with his fist alone. Tony's mask would immediately appeal to our problem solver instincts. It's in shambles, and its condition would seem to suggest that it went through something catastrophic. Plus, in the notebook by Dennis, we see that Tony claims his mask used to belong to Jacket, and we know Jacket went to this location. Sure, we unlock the mask before the events of tension, but we're looking at the events through Jacket's coma dream. He might have rearranged a mask or two, right? Well, it's complicated. You see, the first of many flaws in this theory begins with the fact that Jacket's Tiger Mask is seen on display during the trial he's on. Now, if you're a die-hard believer in this theory, you might make the argument that 50 Blessings operatives aren't all granted unique masks, as demonstrated by looking at the amount of masks they have stored at their bunker. It's possible that Jacket collected more than one Tony mask from fallen operatives, and replaced his withered one when he came across one in better condition. Now, this theory kinda sucks. It's not horrible, but it's based on basically nothing. And while it's possible that Jacket came across multiple operatives wearing the same mask, it's incredibly unlikely that he picked up more than one. Let's actually consider an oddity that's often overlooked, due to how Hotline Miami presents itself. In these games, we're given a top-down perspective on floors, granting us a unique advantage to our enemies, due to our ability to see their location in a manner that would be impossible in real life. One might rationalize that this advantage could be representative of Jacket's impressive combat skills, but we know that ultimately Jacket is human. He can't do something that is absolutely impossible. So consider this fact. In tension, Jacket is met with doors he can't open normally, and can only get through by setting off explosives. How does he know who or what is inside this room, when the people inside it were completely obliterated by the time he was able to enter? This brings us to our second flaw in the theory. Jacket cannot see through walls. So how can we be confident in Jacket's memory of this operative when at times things and events he can actually see were altered due to his coma dream? So the fact that he would have had no way of seeing this guy just guarantees that he got something wrong here. The third major flaw in this theory concerns the damages on the mask. A closer look at them shows us that they would appear to correspond to the injuries dealt to Jones, the man we see in the sewers during Full House. So if you were to ask me, the mask owned by Tony might have actually belonged to Jones at one point. The fourth major flaw in this theory is that a direct comparison of both masks would make it clear that they're not the same mask at all. They're of a similar shape, but the colors are kinda different. So, who is this man? Well, I actually allude to who this is in my video about the possibility of a third game. In the Wildlife comics, we're introduced to a man who loses his arm during an unknown war. After being discharged from the military, he suffers to find meaning in life, and is constantly going to bars to drink away his sorrows. At some point, a man named Lester, who is wearing a black and red outfit, similar to that of the Colombians, states that this man is named Kurt, and tells us that 50 Blessings has been trying to get in contact with him, but to no avail. That's when they sent him. Lester tries to recruit this man, but after a heated argument, he ultimately fails and leaves a business card for him to call, just in case he changes his mind. Sometime later, Kurt is at a bar he frequents, when Mafia harass the bar owner and his clients. Kurt makes an attempt to interfere, but embarrasses himself, making him look so pitiful to the Russians to the point that they leave him be. This event changes his mind, and he gets in contact with Lester. When he's sent to his target, he puts on his uniform. A lion mask. A mask that would appear to match the one worn by the man in tension. Kurt is the man that we see being exploded by Jacket. Now, it's important to consider the possibility that this isn't actually Kurt in this room when the actual event takes place in reality, for the reasons I stated earlier. Jacket would have had no clue who was actually behind these doors in real life, and his coma dream appears to mix up masks that were actually worn by other operatives. Another fact to consider is that tension takes place in May, whereas Kurt is seen alive in the Wildlife comics in June. So, it's entirely possible that Kurt still lives. And if you know anyone who still thinks that this man is wearing the Tony mask in this room, send him to youtube.com/@-yester. Thanks again for making it to the end of this video. You know I appreciate it. You know what I'd also appreciate? A like! Go ahead and leave a like on the video, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe! Come on, I know you love to be here. I know you love this channel. Anyway, if you know anyone who doesn't actually know all the information I presented on this channel, go ahead and tell them. For some reason, everyone thinks I'm crazy. I'm not! I think people need to know that I'm telling the truth. And if enough people know, then maybe I'll actually not be seen as crazy. Anyway, I hope to see you bastards in the next video. Tell the world about me. One day, Denaton will admit that I was telling the truth the entire time, and all the people on Reddit who keep calling me a schizophrenic moron will actually see that I was right. Anyway, I'll see you bastards later. Also, make sure to tell everyone that I'm not a schizo if you see them. I am not. Anyway, I'll see you guys, and also tell them that, I was telling the truth about Manny Pardo, and I already know what the art book says. I'm right, okay?